What's up guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today's video is really exciting because this video is about Black Ops 5 and about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. So we have a lot of exciting content in today's videos, but before we get into today's video, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. That way you guys stay up to date with all the latest and greatest Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, Black Ops 5, Modern Warfare, Black Ops 4, whatever, any videos on the channel. We got a lot of content on here, so make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on. That way you guys stay up to date with all the latest and greatest videos. So today was Activision's Q4 investor call, and in it, Activision basically talked with their investors about what the state of their business is regarding games and about like franchises like Call of Duty. And in there, they talked about Modern Warfare and how much revenue Modern Warfare has generated and all sorts of different stuff. But they also mentioned some really exciting things about the future. So they mentioned a little bit about this year's Call of Duty game, and they also have information potentially about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, or even Black Ops 1 Remastered, games like that. So first, let's get into this new Black Ops 5 news. Activision officially confirmed that there will be a new Call of Duty game coming out this year, and I mean, what else is new? It's basically just official confirmation at this point. We all already knew that there was going to be a game coming out this year, but this is just official confirmation. It doesn't give us a title, it doesn't give us a release date, it just confirms that there will be a game. Like I said, we pretty much already knew this, but it is nice to get confirmation because, I mean, there's always some rumors going around that maybe they're going to take a year off, and maybe they're going to kind of do what Ubisoft did with Assassin's Creed. They're going to take a year off and then come back stronger than ever, but nope, they're not taking a year off. Once again, there's going to be a new game coming this fall, but what's unusual is that they did not mention a studio that's going to be working on it. Usually, they confirm that there will be a new game coming out every year. They announce that a game will be coming out that year, and they also tell what studio is going to be working on it. So they're like, hey, this year's game is going to be Sledgehammer's game. Sledgehammer is working on this year's game that will be releasing in the fall. Or last year in their investor call, they were like, Infinity Ward is working on a game that will be releasing this fall in 2019. But they didn't do that. They just said that there will be a new Call of Duty game coming out in 2020, later this year. So this could be proof that all those rumors and leaks talking about how Treyarch is going to be making this year's game might actually be true, because if it was Sledgehammer making this year's game, they would have come out and said it. They would have said Sledgehammer Games is creating the Call of Duty game coming out this year in 2020, but they didn't mention that. So once again, it's just a little bit more confirmation that Treyarch will be making the game, and instead Sledgehammer and Raven will be support studios assisting them with making this year's game. So I have various other videos on the channel about Black Ops 5 and about all that leaked information we've gotten so far, so if you guys haven't seen those, you guys should totally go and check those out. But that's basically it. All that we know about Call of Duty 2020 is that it will be coming out later this year. It's official, and it's highly likely and rumored and leaked to be developed by Treyarch, so it'll be like a Black Ops 5 or a Black Ops reboot, and it'll be assisted by Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software. Activision did say that they aren't expecting this year's game to generate as much money as Modern Warfare did when it, initially came out at launch. So what does this mean? Does this mean that it'll be a Black Ops game and that basically they don't expect the game to do as well as Modern Warfare did? I'm sure it's still going to be, a standout success. It's still going to be like the most popular game of the year. It's going to be the best seller or whatever. But for Activision to basically say that they don't expect the game to make as much money as Modern Warfare, that could be saying a lot. I mean, Modern Warfare did generate some serious cash. Across all of their titles, they made $3.37 billion in microtransactions in Q4 of 2019. So over $3 billion in microtransactions in just a single quarter. That's across all of their games, but still that kind of puts it into perspective how much money they're actually generating from this. So if they are expecting Black Ops 5 to not generate as much money as Modern Warfare did, that's kind of, worrying. I think a big part of that is because if it's supposed to be Black Ops 5, it'll be the 5th entry in the series, and a lot of fans are getting burnt out on Black Ops, whereas Modern Warfare, I feel like, was able to be at least a success at launch and get people to buy the game, because Infinity Ward haven't done a Modern Warfare game since 2011, so it had been 8 years since they had last done a Modern Warfare game. They had Ghosts and Infinite Warfare in between then, So there was a big hiatus in between there where they're finally able to release another game, whereas Treyarch has never taken a year off from Black Ops. They made World at War, and then they did Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now apparently doing Black Ops 5 as well. So a lot of fans have been burnt out after Black Ops 4 and vowed to never buy another Treyarch game again, and I feel like if they do call it Black Ops 5, it's actually going to sell even less. There have been rumors that it's going to be like a Black Ops reboot, similar to how Modern Warfare is a reboot. Modern Warfare is called Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but there was a game called Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So supposedly Black Ops 5, this year's game, is going to be called Call of Duty Black Ops, but there was already a game called that. Apparently it's supposed to be like a soft reboot, just like Modern Warfare. It's supposed to feature some of the same characters, like how Modern Warfare features Price, and also, I mean, with Season 2 it's going to have Ghost, and it's going to have some other characters and stuff in it from the original Modern Warfare trilogy. Apparently this new Black Ops game is supposed to kind of be that similar way. It's probably going to have people like Mason and Woods in it, but it's supposed to be like a soft reboot with the franchise. It's not going to continue on any of the campaigns or really in that same universe, other than kind of featuring the same characters, or at least according to all the rumors we've been getting. Activision did say one more thing about Black Ops 5, and that is that they said the game has, quote, generated high interest internally, and that they feel great about the content it brings. So it's kind of a bland quote. I mean, it generates high interest internally, like, yeah, I'm sure it does. I mean, when you're working on a game, I'm sure everybody, like, internally is pretty invested in it and is interested in it. But does this really hold a lot of weight? Probably not. This is basically like when Activision comes out and is like, yeah, no, this year's game is going to be amazing. It's like, yeah, look where this is coming from. Like, obviously they're not going to come out and say that this game is crap or that it's not generating interest internally and that morale is really low. They're not going to say that. They're going to say the game's going to be great. They're going to say that it's, you know, very interesting internally and that it's going to be a great game and they feel great about the content it brings. Obviously they're going to say stuff like that. Doesn't really have a whole lot of merit, but hey, that is something they mentioned about this year's game. And lastly for this video, one last thing Activision did mention in their Q4 earnings call is that they announced that they have several remastered and or reimagined titles in development that will be announced later in 2020. So they didn't specify Call of Duty here. They don't say that we're going to have Call of Duty remasters and or reimagined titles, but this is across all of their games. So it is likely though that Call of Duty is going to be one of them. Call of Duty is one of Activision's biggest franchises. Plus, we have known for a long time now, like almost a year, that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered has been leaked many times over, that it's actually done. The game is fully completed. That the game has been done, it has been developed for, everything is done for it. But Activision is just waiting to release it for some reason. It hasn't been released yet, but the game is fully finished, and Modern Warfare 3 Remastered has been worked on, it's potentially also finished. So perhaps this is one thing that they're referring to though, is that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered will be announced later this year. It doesn't say release, it just says announced later in 2020. So maybe eventually, maybe they'll come out and they'll announce Modern Warfare 2 Remastered during the summer. They'll be like, hey, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is coming out. You guys should all buy it. It's going to be like $40, something like that. I assume that's probably what's going to happen. Or there's another possibility, and that's that maybe we're going to get World at War Remastered, or Black Ops 1 Remastered, or, ooh, can you guys imagine Black Ops 2 Remastered? Imagine that. They come out and they announce, hey, this year we're releasing Black Ops 5, and we're releasing Black Ops 2 Remastered. So you can have the new game with all our new changes and all our new engine and all this new stuff, or you can play Black Ops 2, probably one of the greatest Call of Duty games of all time, but remastered for the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5, its new consoles, play it in 4K, and have the game just absolutely be amazing. What do you guys think about that? Do you think Activision will announce new remastered or reimagined titles? I mean, reimagined, that could also be referring to Black Ops 5, because supposedly that game's going to be reimagined of the Black Ops franchise or a soft reboot, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm almost 99% sure that this is also referring to Call of Duty. It's definitely referring to their entire games lineup, but I'm sure Call of Duty is probably at least one of the games that they say in here, is because they say they have several, so possibly Call of Duty. I mean, it has to be at least one. Like, we have had all these different leaks and rumors that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is going to be released a long time ago, and we've had them for over 2 years now, is all these leaks and rumors about it, and it has apparently been finished, so now we're just waiting for Activision to actually put out a release date for it too. So there you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on all this in the comments down below. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about Black Ops 5? And what do you guys think about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, or Black Ops 1 Remastered, or Black Ops 2 Remastered? What game would you guys like to see remastered? Personally, I think I would like to see Black Ops 2 Remastered the most, and then probably second would be Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Those two remastered would absolutely just be incredible, and I'd be so happy. But let me know your guys' thoughts on this in the comments down below, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.